I will post up the grid, the isometric grid paper. If you can print it out and use it, then that would be perfect. Okay. If you forgot how to do the isometric drawing, right, let me know and I'll show you a step-by-step method of how to do it. Okay. Right. Let's move on. Okay, now we are gonna make a prototype of the switch. Okay, now if you don't have the components to build this, it's okay. You can use whatever you have, and even if your prototype of your circuit does not work, you will still get marks, okay, for your understanding and for effort. Okay, so don't stress too much about building it, and it's okay if it doesn't work. Okay, but you can do troubleshooting if you want it to work. Okay, you're just gonna have to try and get a variable resistor, but it's okay if it doesn't work. Okay, so now here we are going to make and test the prototype of the switch. Work in groups to build a model of your design for the switch. A model of a new design is called a prototype. Work in groups to build the output device or for the control circuit that you will later connect to your switch. Test your model with a simple circuit consisting of a battery and the electric output device that you made. So this is basically putting all of the parts together and testing to check whether it works or not. Okay, if you cannot find a variable resistor, right, you can just use a small box and put it in place of it, right, just to show how you would connect it. So your circuit won't work, but it will show that you know how to connect the variable resistor to the circuit and where to put it. Okay, you will probably find that your model does not work the first time you test it. This is normal. Most new things that people design don't work the first time they test it. Try to find out what is wrong and then go back and fix it before you test it again. If you are making the circuit and if you find something is wrong, this is called troubleshooting, where you check for loose connections. Maybe your battery is not working, maybe there's something wrong with your output device. Okay, so you can check that. Remember that in a normal kettle, you do have a resistor. That's the element that heats up the water. Okay, so your variable resistor needs to be connected to this other resistor. Okay, so that you'll be able to control the heat setting on that resistor. Okay, you will get marks on the following, right? You brought all the materials that is needed to make the model of your design. So all the parts that you need to create the circuit are there. You will get a mark. You accurately made the model according to your design drawings. Your design that you make, the actual product that you make, must look like your design. Okay, the one, the design that you chose, it must look like that. You successfully built an electrical output device, right? Just that you build it, you'll get marks. Okay, you connected your model to the simple circuit with the output device and used a method to test it. After you tested your model for the first time, you made a list of all the possible reasons that your model is not working or why it is not working well. Okay, this will all be part of your presentation. You'll explain it to me in your presentation. You can send me your presentation in the form of a video or over video call or whatever you are most comfortable with. You can tell me. You'll present it on the 15th. Okay. You use the list to fix or improve your model, right? So whatever you listed here, why it's not working, you use that to fix your model. You tested your model again, writing down the problems and going back and fixing and improving your model until it worked at least one more time. This is called troubleshooting. Okay, your model worked, or you wrote a good explanation and made sketches of what you still need to change on your model to make it work. And so all of this here will be written down. Okay, and also it will be part of your presentation, but we're going to go through that now. Okay, present your design and final prototypes. You do not have to make a final prototype. The one that you made the first time will suffice, as long as you made one design. Okay, your team will give a presentation of your project later this week. The presentation should be between 3 to 5 minutes long. Each member of your team should do a part of the presentation. The other learners in the class may ask you questions after your presentation. Okay, that won't apply to you. Okay, your presentation should be mostly about the design process that you follow to design, make, and improve your prototypes. So you are basically going to explain what you did from the beginning. For example, you collected the materials, like basically like a flow chart, where you explain the step-by-step process of what you did. So for example, number one, you collected, you did an investigation of what you needed, right? Then you then you made sketches of your design. Then you collected all of your materials, right? You put your circuit together. You can explain step by step what you did. So for example, you connected the circuit a certain way, then it didn't work because the connections were loose, so you made the connection stronger. You understand? You're going to basically explain each step that you did throughout this process. Okay, it doesn't have to be long. You can shorten it if you'd like. All right. Now, this is a team meeting, right? If you are not going to join one of your classmates, you can do it by yourself, okay? But maybe it'll be easier if you do join them, but if you don't, it's okay as well. Decide which part of the presentation each of you will do. Write it down below, right? This all will be in that double sheet of paper that I gave, that I told you to do it on, okay? All of this here must be written down, okay? Decide in what order you will give the different parts of the presentation, who will talk first and who will talk next. Write parts of the presentation in the order that you will do them below, and write who will do which part, okay? If you're working alone, this doesn't apply to you, so you don't need to worry about that. Then giving the presentation, right? I'm going to look at the following. You were well prepared for your presentation. You explained how you made progress during the design process. So maybe whatever you had difficulty with and how you fixed it. And then you will explain, and while explaining, you looked at your audience and spoke clearly. Okay, don't worry about that so much. Okay, so please, I know it seems like a lot of work, but if you are experiencing any difficulty, I am here to help you. So message me at any time, and don't stress if your prototype doesn't work, or if you can't get the materials. You can find something to use in place of it, and I'm basically gonna look at your understanding and give you a mark based on that. Okay, please let me know if you need any help. Assalamu alaikum.